All right, man. Shalom, shalom, yashar all, man. It's your boy Kodash back at it again. This is part two to the heart, mind, and soul lesson. Also, we're going to be covering kidneys, loins, and reins. Okay, so if you haven't seen part one, I'd go see part one first. Of course, I always say that. Just to get, everything. We broke it all down. I've shown that heart is lab or labab, which means your mind, and that it's different from your soul, which is nafash. So you have labab or lab for your mind and nafash for your soul. And we went over a bunch of precepts. Actually just a few compared to how many we have to go over. But we got a few precepts going down. We went through a lot of definitions. I wanted to just get one real fast again out of the good old Zondervan, right? First and foremost, Kahala, YaHaWaH, Zaba'awat, you know what I mean? All praises to YaHaWaH, the Master of Legions, who is one, and Shalom to all the sincere Akyam that are out there, serving YaHaWaH alone. And if you're not serving YaHaWaH alone, then you need to repent and go do that. So anyways, so we have heart, right? I just wanted to kind of, because we covered this extensively in the first time. We not wasted a lot of time. I don't want to use the word wasted, but used up, spent a lot of time, I guess you could say, on definitions. But now I just wanted to get this again. Both in ancient times and today, different parts of the body are used figuratively as the seat of the different functions of the soul. So basically that's what the temple represents. And all the different furnishings, I guess you could say, of the temple. That's what they're used to represent, is certain organs of the body. And then it's just super deep, man. It goes deep, and it's the fountains of living water, right? Okay, so we got that. We went over the fact that your heart has to do with your mind, and the function, the organ that represents your mind is your brain. Now we have soul. We went over soul, and we saw that in soul, it actually said, I want to get it one more time. Just to reiterate, let me move this out of the way. Just to kind of reiterate, when we looked up nafash, right, which is soul. Let's see if we can find it. Nafash, there we go. Right, the soul, the living being, life. Person, self, desire, appetite, emotion, passion, right? And we know it had to do with breathes, the breathing substance or being. And we know it has to do with the blood as well, because the life is within. That's what it means by the life. The spirit is within the blood, because and what is represented as the spirit in your blood is like the oxygen, the breath of life. Like the YaHaWaH has the YaHaWaH, which is the spirit, his Holy Spirit, and he created us spirits, you know what I mean, as spirits, and we are nafash, we are living, breathing beings. We breathe his breath, you know what I mean, like what was a part of him, and so we're a soul that goes forth. We're life in the blood. That's why the blood is holy. It's why we're not supposed to eat or drink blood, which is what those nasty ass vampire freaking so-called elites, the Amalekites that are in charge, so-called Jews. We all know they're Esau, Amalek, specifically. And we know, if you look up the definition for Sha'ayar or Seir, right, Mount Seir, it means a demon, a goat, hairy goat demon idol, right, which is their Baphomet. Okay, now, nafash, the living being, right, implications of nostrils, right, so it has to do with, like, the nostrils, but I wanted to jump down and there was one thing that kind of linked it in that I really liked, because I had overlooked that definition. Oh, here we go. Okay, so right here, under 6, right, under 6F, under C, okay, it says what? Perfume boxes, right? Bathai hanafash, perfume boxes, Isaiah 3:20. which, in fact, we could get there real fast. Just to see what's up with that. Slot for the little side check. I just kind of like to check, double check. Rings, was it? Oh yeah, it's when it's bitching about the women, all their things, all the things that they're going off with. Okay, and then let's keep going though. Because what does it say? Meaning evident from context, right? But not necessarily scent. It's like a breath or breath boxes, right? So it's like a breath box, but also can mean perfume boxes or boxes of desire or boxes exciting the sense of smell, equals smelling boxes or bottles, right? No sufficient evidence in the BH, therefore, for meaning breath or odor, see for complete study of Nafash all the passages. So it's like, well, there's no sufficient evidence, but if you go and look through it in the context, they tell you that it's all, it has to do with the smelling box as well, with breathing and smell, because that's what it has to do in the temple. When you, like the incense, YaHaWaH smells it as a sweet savor, right? That's what he says. He likes to smell as a sweet savor. And that's, if you think about it, when you smoke, right, you intake it through your mouth and it goes into your lungs. First it goes through your larynx and down your trachea into your lungs, right? And then through your lungs into your bloodstream, processed through your heart. And then it's pumped through the rest of your organs, right? And then your kidneys, which is another word used for heart, which is the actual heart, the kidneys, filters everything. Liver is also really important in the scripts. That's why we we burned those two things, the kidneys and the liver. We're going to go over that as well. But yeah, so that's what it has to do with the nostrils, the smoke in the nostrils. And anybody knows, if they smoked Quana, that it also goes into your upper nasal cavities. It's the whole respiratory system, bro. The upper and lower respiratory system. That's what this whole function is. The incense, burning incense, smelling it, elevation offerings. And then it's because Qatar, which is the word for incense, which is like, it also means to hotbox something, which is the same thing, like the perfume boxes. It's a breath box, right? And that's, well, what is your, it not only is your larynx your voice box, but it's also, if that's cut off, so is your air. But, but it has to do with your respiratory. It's not just the larynx as well, but it's linked in. Everything is linked in. So it's really like your upper respiratory system, your respiratory system. Your breath, man. Yeah, that's where you get your breath from, dude. You ain't nothing gonna work if you ain't got no breath, bro. So that's, let's see, and then what is it like? And then, like you said, it goes through the lungs and disperses into the blood, and then the heart pumps the blood. The oxygen is in the blood. That's why it says the life is in the blood. Okay, so now, well, we got that in Nafash, but just to show you, it links in with all that. Now we're going to hit up a bunch of precepts. We are going to show more evidence that the heart, labab, is the mind, which represents your brain, which is in the temple. Because remember, you've got your olam, which means like you're dead, dumb, deaf, blind man. You know what I'm saying? You're in Egypt. You're the valley of dry bones. You're dead. The olam. And then you have your hayakal, which is the holy place, right? That's what this means, the holy place. And then you've got the dabar, which is the holy of holies. Those are the three. Now, in the dabar, right, which represents your head, your skull, inside the dabar, in the middle of the dabar, in the midst, right, you have what is in your organ, in your body, you have the brain. And inside your brain, well, your brain is itself split up into two hemispheres, and that's what the two tablets is, the two hemispheres of your mind. And that's why we're supposed to have the law constantly and put this in our minds. And we're going to go over this because wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, these are the things we're supposed to place within our heart, right? So let's get that. Remember, I did this lesson for the KJV. Well, I pulled it out of the concordance, and if the Strong's concordance is coded to the KJV, so all my numbering is to the KJV, but 9 times out of 10 it lines up with the Strong. I mean, with the Slock, with the Stones. but it's for the people, because 9 times most of our people still rocking the KJV, and this where it's translated heart. So every time they see heart, but a lot of times they translate it right to mind or soul. So just to let you know, like, just word of the wise. Okay, so let's start off with Exodus 35 and 35. And we're going to try to get through as much as possible because we got like a freaking ton of precepts to bring up. All right. 35 and 35. And it says what? Yep, and it says what? And he filled the home. Let me get the... Yeah. All right, here we go. And he filled them with a wise heart, right? With a wise mind, right? The labab. We're on the labab back to that word. To do every craft of the carver, weaver of designs, and embroiderer with the turquoise, right? The purple, scarlet wool, and the linen, right? Which is the colors of the temple. That's what this is. That's the colors. Got the turquoise. It's the golds, the purple, the crimson, Anyways, so and it says artisans of every craft and makers of designs, because you had a brother from the tribe of Dan and a brother from the tribe of Judah that did the work for the wilderness tabernacle, and they were filled with a mind to do it. So let's see. Let's also get 36 and 2 says the same thing, precept for that. And Moses summoned Bezalel and YaHaWaH, and every wise-hearted man whose heart YaHaWaH endowed with wisdom, everyone whose heart inspired him to approach to work to do it. So the heart not only had wisdom, but it also inspired. And that's what happened. You have the inspiration. YaHaWaH rains the rain down on you, right? And you sprout up, you grow, it rains down, and then you offer the elevation offering and you rise, right? And that's what it is. You have the inspiration. That's where everything it happens in your mind. And he says he filled them with wisdom, endowed them with wisdom and inspiration. Okay? So now let's keep it on. Let's go to Proverbs 2 and 2. We're going to hit up a bunch of different books. So we're going to go all over the map today. Strap in your seatbelts. It's going to be another long ride. Get whatever you need to, stay awake, so get told that my shit's boring. I have fun reading Torah, so this is I don't know. I enjoy this greatly, so I don't know. Anyways, so let's start off with verse 1. My child, if you accept my words and treasure my commandments with yourself, to make your ears attentive to wisdom. Okay, so accept the words, right? Because this is Solomon wrote Proverbs, right? But YaHaWaH is speaking, right, through the prophets. This is his words. You know what I mean? He gave them to his prophets, and they gave them to us. And so the words he's speaking now is the words of YaHaWaH, right? And treasure my commandments, right? The commandments with yourself, to make your ears attentive to wisdom. So you keep your ears out for wisdom. Incline your heart or your mind to understanding. Right? For only if you call out to understanding and give forth your voice to discernment. So see, for only if you call out to understanding, okay, you have to call out to understanding. All right? And it says, and give forth your voice to discernment. So then you have to give forth your voice to discernment, because once you give your voice, and what did it say? Let's get that again, because, you're doing short memory. What does it say? Call out, right? Give forth your voice. So once you call out and give forth your voice, right, to wisdom, or to understanding, right, and discernment, then what happens? Then your ears, attentive to wisdom, incline your heart to understanding. Then your mind will be inclined to understanding. See? If you seek it as if it were silver, if you search for it as if it were hidden treasures, and that's what this is. This is a hidden treasure. Then you will understand the fear of YaHaWaH and discover the knowledge of the Most High. For YaHaWaH grants wisdom. YaHaWaH grants the wisdom, man. No one else. For his mouth, for from his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. So that's where you get knowledge and understanding. See, he has secured the internal YaHaWaH for the upright. So it's for the upright. He secured it. He grants you wisdom, knowledge. You get the understanding of the fear, because the fear of YaHaWaH is the beginning of knowledge, right? And you're supposed to seek it like silver, like a hidden treasure, man. That your ears be attentive to the words, to the commandments. You also have to call out and give forth your voice. You have to, man. You know what I'm saying? And for the brothers because if I'm not mistaken, people were trying to use the impaired people against me as an argument against me or something, like, oh, what about the people that can't talk, or the dumb people, what's called dumb, they're not really dumb, like, mentally dumb, they're dumb of the mouth, you know what I'm saying? Like Masha even said that he had a problem, that he was dumb of the mouth. So that's ridiculous. What did he do for Masha? Masha tried to give the same damn excuse. Masha told YaHaWaH, nah, man, I don't want to do it. I'm paraphrasing, of course. Because I'm slow to speech, I'm dumb of the mouth, I can't do it, I can't talk right, whatever problem he had, maybe a stutter or something, which stuttering has runs in my family on my pop side, Negro side. But anyways, so excuse my speech sometimes. But anyways, but what happened? When they say, oh, okay, well, you want to use that? Well, then how about I'll give you your brother Aaron to do it for you? And what does Aaron do? Aaron's the priest that goes and burns the incense, which represents the voice. Why do you think that the high priest would go once a year for the Day of Atonement? To make atonement for all of Yasharal, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why he would take the blood and put it on the four corners of the altar, man, to give atonement for all of Yasharal, man, for the people that can't speak, for the people that can't hear, for the people that can't. And I'm sorry, man, maybe people could get mad or whatever, but if you have a deficient, like something's wrong with you like that, that's a curse, man. You know what I'm saying? Like for your body to not function properly, that's a curse. You know what I'm saying? And those curses we brought upon ourselves for being some wicked ass demons. You know what I'm saying? Like our forefathers and us ourselves, we were wicked in our past life. We were wicked Egyptians, right? Bad Egyptians. And we need to cut that off and destroy it and burn it into YaHaWaH and enter this holy place so that we can offer the pure incense. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's it. It's just so much, but that's what it is. It's just we do the wickedness, man. We messed up so bad that's what happens. You get curses come upon you, man. Like that's even the damn New Testament, right? And even the so-called words of YaHaWaH, right? People like to say go into the New Testament and pull out, pick and choose what they like, right? And and even in there, okay, you want to take that righteous Torah teacher, right? Okay, so if you even take him, what did he say? That the infirmities of the people, he was casting off demons on people. People were blinded and dumb and deaf and psychotic and lunatics and all this shit because they had demons on them, bro, that were like crushing them physically. And even the book of Enoch expounds on this. The book of Jubilees expounds on this. These demons get on you, your spirit, you know what I'm saying, in a different dimension, if you would have it. And they affect you, in this realm, it affects you physically, mentally, you know what I mean? You have illnesses, you have schizophrenia and so-called stuff like that, which is just all a form of demon possession, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what that is. So we have to try to heal ourselves. YaHaWaH will heal us. You know what I'm saying? Well, really, he will heal us. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be getting right and doing. And if someone who has a problem like that, who is deaf or dumb or blind or something like that, and they truly earnestly have it in their spirit to search for YaHaWaH, man, he will give them a way. We don't put stumbling blocks in front of the blind and the deaf or none of that stuff, man. That's a law. He will provide a way, man. Man. Someone will speak, just like Aaron. Aaron was sent with Moses to speak for him to the people. You'll have some people that are deaf can write things down and have someone pray. They can pray in their mind, and they can have someone rejoice and shout thanksgivings for them or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, There's ways to do things, bro. And why do you think that in the kingdom, hold on, yeah, we're done with that. Let's get this precept. Why do you think in the kingdom that the king, the prince will do a sacrifice for all the people, man? You know? Watch, where's it at? It even says for the lame, the blind. Oh man, sorry, I'm like what do you call it? The winging this part, but so look, it's Ezekiel 44:3. For it is the prince, right? It is for the prince. He is the leader, so he will sit within it to eat food before YaHaWaH. He shall come in by the way of the hall of the eastern gate, and by the way he shall depart. Okay, so the prince, he will be the leader. So this is prince. So that's the new question to these New Testament cats, right? It's like, okay, well then is your Christ this leader, this prince? And why is he doing sacrifices? Because the prince does sacrifices. And if your Jesus isn't the prince, then why isn't he the leader? Like, this makes no sense. Like, your Christ idol does not fit in this, man. And that's why Sakari and all them, you guys need to stop, man. I'm sorry, but dude, seriously, you guys are Ezekiel chapter 8ing it all up in this shit, you know? Chapter 8 and 9 all day with you guys. This is 43 verse 10, right? You, son of man, tell the house of Yashar all about the temple. Okay, so you guys are, you're trying to, but you can't because you're idolaters, man. Let them be ashamed of their iniquities and calculate the temple's designs. You obviously are ashamed of your iniquities because you still hold on to an idol. If they become ashamed of all that they have done, then make known to them the form of the temple and its designs, its exits, entrances, and all the building forms, and all its laws, and all its designs, and all its teachings, and write them all down before their eyes, so that they may safeguard its entire form and all its rules and fulfill them. This is the teaching regarding the temple, the law, the Torah, man. This is the teaching. And that's what this is, man. That's why we write it down in front of you and explain its missions and equate it. It's teachings, man. This is the temple teachings. So anyways, but you can't do that if you're not ashamed. And you're not ashamed because you're fucking still with the damn idol. But anyways, the prince, right? I wanted to get this because, okay, so it's talking about the Zadokites, see, and then the priesthood being reestablished. And that goes against what Paul is saying. Hold on. Man. Prince. Hold on, Slack. Trying to find it real quick. To atone for you, the Prince of Israel, burnt offerings to atone on behalf of the house. Okay, so look, right here. Verse 17, this is chapter 45. Verse 17, upon the prince shall be the responsibility for the burnt offerings, the meal offerings, and the libation, which is the drink offerings, and the festivals, on the festivals and the new months, and on the Shabbats, and on the appointed times of the house of Yashar. He shall prepare the sin offering, man, the meal offering, the burnt offering, and the peace offering to atone on behalf of the house of Yashar. So now he will atone, but it ain't on the incense altar. It's on the the brazen altar. So the prince is dealing down here, man. He had nothing to do with up there. That's the Zadokite territory, buddy. This is David's territory down here, okay? And the menorah. But anyway, so... And what does it say? So this is to atone. What? Okay, so that these dudes are funny with their Christ, man. Okay. Look, right. Look, the Kahan shall take from the blood of the sin offering and put it on the doorpost of the temple. So see, it's the Kahan, the priest job. Okay, so look, on that day, verse 22, the prince shall bring a bull sin offering for himself and for the entire people of the land. During the 7 days of the festival, he shall bring the burnt offering to YaHaWaH, right? Look, and a sin offering, a goat, blah, blah, blah. Let's see if it gets down. If it talks about, man, because there's a precept, bro, that talks about, yes, oh, man, because it talks about how he's going to do the offerings for those that can't, that they're not able to. Ah, man, where is it? Salak, YaHaWaH, I know I'm just wasting time. It's somewhere in here, man. I don't think I have it marked down. And I don't have my thing open. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Oh, man. I don't know. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick in the concordance. I'm sorry, I know it's boring. You know, I just like have to get it. Like, it's just gonna bug me if I don't. Just because I know it's in there, and it's such a good precept for what we're talking about. You know. Oh shit. Damn, oh man, because it even uses a specific word. It uses oh man. Where is it? I'm trying to think of how it's phrased. Shalak Yashal. I'm trying to think of how it's phrased. You know how the concordance works. You gotta, or how precepts. You gotta like thinking. Man, where? Shit. Hold on. Man. Let's try offering. See if I can whittle it down. Slack. I mean, I know it's somewhere. I'm sorry. I just have to, man. Man. Damn. Because he says he will offer for everybody that can't. You know, we help each other out, basically. Like, come on, man, there's always a way, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just ridiculous. Hold on. Sabbath offerings. Damn, man. I don't know. It's somewhere. Maybe I'll pull it out. Oh man, what's the word for it? Because it even uses. Damn. Oh, it's the worst ever. Salak, I'm sorry. I have like a bad habit of like things bug me when that shit happens. But anyways, it says that he will do it for the whole land. I mean, that covers everybody, but you know what I'm saying? But anyways, the offerings would be made. You could help people out with the incense offering, talking and speaking on behalf. You know, that's. Sorry, I just have to defend myself because people bring up the most ridiculous arguments to try to fucking prove a point just because they're spiteful. You know? But anyways, okay, so let's move it on. We're keeping moving on with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Let's get Proverbs 8 and 5. And Proverbs 8 and 5 says, simpletons, understand cleverness. Fools, understand in your mind, right? Your heart, which is your mind. Listen, for I will speak noble thoughts. You can speak your thoughts. Opinions of my lips will be fair words. For my palate will utter truth. Wickedness is abomination to my lips. And all the words of my mouth are with righteousness. They contain no twisting or perversion. And that's that offering, the pure offering, man. No twisting or perversion. They are all correct to one who understands, and to the upright, those who find knowledge. So see, all the words that will be spoken, if the true words of the Torah, they'll be correct to the upright, man. The upright will understand. Accept my discipline and not silver, for knowledge is choicer than fine gold. So see, the knowledge and the discipline, man, the knowledge and the discipline. For wisdom is better than pearls, and all desires cannot compare to it. Okay, so now that's in your mind. You gotta have it in your mind. Okay, let's get Proverbs 10 and 8. Let's see. Let's get verse 7. Remembrance of a righteous one brings blessing, but the name of the wicked will rot. The wise of heart, or the wise of mind, will seize good deeds, but the foolish ones will become weary. Right? So you gotta seize good deeds, man. You gotta do them good deeds. You gotta do good acts, man. You gotta do good for your brothers, you know? For the Akyam or YaHaWaH, man, you gotta do good for your brothers and sisters. You gotta help them out any way you can, you know? If YaHaWaH willing, man, permits it. Let's get it. Let's do 14 and 33. Let's say, wisdom will reside in an understanding heart or mind, but within fools it will be publicized. Right? See, wisdom will reside in an understanding heart. So see, you will have the wisdom, because the Torah is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So you will have the Torah in your mind. You will then have wisdom in your mind. So let's keep it going. Let's get Proverbs 15 and 28. Let's see. The heart, right? The mind of a righteous person will consider what to answer, but the mouth of the wicked will spout evil. So see that, and that's how you know, man. Just a bunch of wickedness coming out their mouths, bro. No righteous rebuking, no scriptures on scripture, you know, and proving that nothing, man, nothing. Just a bunch of half-ass explanations trying to fucking cover tracks, bro. Enlightened eyes will gladden the heart, right? And good news will fatten a bone. So it's good, man. That's what you're supposed to have. Okay, so anyways, let's keep it going, because we're doing... Let's get 16 and 20. We'll start at 21. And it says... Let's see. Let's get verse 20. One who undertakes a matter intelligently will find good success, right? And praiseworthy is he who trusts in YaHaWaH. The wise of heart or mind will be called an understanding person, and one whose speech is sweet will gain learning, right? So you got a sweet speech, man. You know, you gotta be nice to your brothers, man. I mean, yeah, you rebuke the devils, but you know, you must be wise in your mind, right? Intelligence is a source of life to its possessor, but the discipline of foolish ones is foolishness. Right? So that's what your discipline is. It's nothing but foolishness. You're just a bunch of foolishness, bro. Beaver Cleaver, really, dude? Foolishness. Intelligence is the source of life, man. Because what? The heart of the wise, or the mind of the wise man, places intelligence into his mouth and increases learning on his lips. See, intelligence on the mouth and the lips, meaning you're speaking it. It causes it to come down to the mouth and to the lips, man. You know what I mean? That mind, and it comes down, and you're able to speak it, and you're burning incense at the same time. It's a respiratory. It's all linked up, man. It's all linked up. It's all the same. All right, let's go to. Did we get through 23? I believe we did. And then look at this one. Words of pleasantness are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. And that honeycomb is represents the shield, man, the Magan Dawah, the shield of Dawah. It's got the 6 outer points, man, the honeycomb shaped in the what they call a hexagon, the shape, and that's the shield, man, which is the menorah, which is the light, the soul, because menorah goes back to it links in with the word Torah. It's you know. Okay, so it's like a honeycomb, man. It's sweet. You eat it. Devour the Torah, man. You eat it. That links in with the lakam, with the showbread. Let's get 22 and 17 now. Proverbs 22 and 17. I'm going to keep it moving. We got so many precepts to bring out. 22 and 17, what does it say? Incline your ear and hear the words of the wise. Set your heart or your mind to my knowledge, right? For it is pleasant if you guard them in your innards and establish all of them upon your lips. So you guard them in your innards, man. You know what I'm saying? Because look, in the innards in the old tabernacle, you have the inner. That's what these represent, the innards, man. You go and you eat. You eat the bread and it goes in your stomach and you process it. And your kidneys are down there as well. It's all the innards. It's the bowels. You know what I'm saying? And then you come up and then you offer it, the sweet savory, the incense. It's come on, man. Let's see what else we got. We also got 23 verse 12, which says, right, Present your heart or your mind for discipline and your ears for words of knowledge. Right, so open your ears for that knowledge, right? That discipline, and your mind, your ears are attached to your damn head, which is your mind is in your head. Well, I'm just saying, like organ representing wise. Of course, people will take that and twist it. So go ahead and have fun, all you simple ones. My child, verse 15. My child, when your mind becomes wise, then my mind too will rejoice. So see, my heart too. It's the mind though. Once your mind becomes wise, then my mind too will rejoice, because then it's good. It's a good thing. It's the comfort of your mind. We'll try to get through as much as possible. I want to get to where all we have to bring out is the mind, like where we go to mind and soul. Because right now we're on all the heart precepts. Okay, let's go to Ecclesiastes 1 and 17. We're going to get some things of the mind, what you're supposed to do. These are the things that you're supposed to do with your mind. This all has to do with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Keeping them commandments, the Torah, the YaHaWaH in your mind, always. Okay, Ecclesiastes 1 and 17, right? Because I applied my mind, right? See, so it's in the KJV, it's heart. I applied my mind to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. So he applied his mind to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. And that's what I did the same thing. I learned everybody's stuff. Man, you can't bring not one type of like worship system with something, whatever people's beliefs are. You can't bring nothing to me that I don't know something about it. Straight up. And of course we don't know it all. So there may be something out there that skipped of like little stupid whatever. But the main shit, you know what I'm saying, that everybody comes with, like, I know their shit better than they do, man. The Quran, I know that better than the damn Muslims. I know the Kabbalah. Well, I don't know that. I don't like practice it or nothing like that. But I'm just saying, like, I know the workings of their text to where I can disprove it. It's the same thing with like the New Testament. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the New Testament well enough to where I could just like shatter it. And what does it say? But I perceive that this too is a vexation of the spirit. And it is. It's pretty vexing. For with much wisdom comes much grief. And he who increases knowledge increases pain. And that's true, both physically and spiritually, man. I mean, you grow spiritually wisdom, but it makes you sad because you see just how fucked everything is. This applies more now today than I think than any other time, because this everything is so bad that when you understand exactly what's going on, it's fucked up. But anyways, that's it. So he applied his mind, right? So we're on the mind. Let's go to chapter. We almost skipped that one. Verse 2, chapter 2, verse 3. Where he say, I ventured to stimulate my body with wine, while my heart or his mind was involved with wisdom, and to grasp folly until I can discern it with my best for mankind to do under the heavens during the brief span of their lives. So he said, basically Solomon set out to do a bunch of stuff just to see what was like the best to do. But his mind, he applied his mind to wisdom. That's why we have the wisdoms of Solomon, right? Chapter 7, verse 25 now. And it says, right, so I turned my attention to study and probe and seek wisdom and reckoning, and to know the wickedness of folly and the foolishness which is madness. So he turned his attention, man, his mind, turned his mind to study and probe and seek wisdom. Right, so that's to be attentive also. It's in your mind, man. Pay attention with your mind. He also, wickedness of folly and the foolishness which is madness. Let's go chapter 8, verse 5. And that's not saying everybody has to go and like do that stuff. Like, not everybody, because it's heavy, man. It's a heavy burden. So not everybody's going to be able to handle all that stuff. But I'm just saying, like, as far as my lot goes, I know for a fact that like I can at least, I can handle that. I can handle reading materials and not be affected by them to where it takes me away from YaHaWaH, because YaHaWaH is my rock, man. Verse 5. He who obeys the commandment will know no evil, and a wise mind, so here we have it translated correctly again, mind will know time and justice. Time, man. time. A die, right? It's a die. Bet you it is. Bet you it is. Bet you it is. Where's that? That's okay. I'm wasting too much time. I'm trying to find stuff that doesn't pertain to this right now. But anyways, this just shows you a master of time, man. That's what being odd is. The die, man. That's what we be. We're die. Be odd. We're the odd. Right? Okay, so let's get one last one. Let's get chapter 10, verse 2. What does it say? A wise man's mind tends to his right, while a fool's mind tends to his left. So that's what it is. It's you got a right hand path, which is YaHaWaH's path, which is the only path you should be traveling on, which is to the right hand. And then you've got the left hand path, so to speak, which is the path of wickedness. And you have a choice. You could either be a son of light or you could be a son of darkness. Okay, so we got that. And actually, it's to understanding, to show an example that what we should do, we can go to our brother Daniel. Let's go visit our brother Daniel. We're going to go to chapter 10, verse 12, because look at what will happen if you set your mind to know. Let's go 10 and 12. And he said to me, do not fear, O Daniel, so don't be having no fear, for from the first day that you set your heart or your mind to understand and to fast before your power, your words have been heard. And I have come because of your words. Your words. Your words. The word. All right. So it's the word, man. The word. The spoken word. Okay, hold on. Let me try to get... that was verse 12. And that starts right there. Yep. Look, see that? Where is that? See that? The barayak, right? It's the bar, man. The barayak, right? The barayak. It's the bar. The speaking that's to understand, right? Because of your words, the bar, the words came up before him. They were heard. Your words have been heard. They heard it. You have to speak in order for someone to hear you. Oh, man. Okay, let's get Psalms 90 and 12. And then we'll move on to the next topic. Psalms 90 and 12. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Teach us to count our days, right? Then we shall acquire a mind of wisdom. Teach us to count our days. It has to do with the adai, man. You got to be odd, bro. You got to be odd. You've got to be odd, man. If you know what I'm saying. Okay, so now we're going to go to a new topic. Well, it's the same topic, but a different... Because that was gaining knowledge, wisdom, and understanding for your mind. Now, this is what you're not supposed to do with your mind. So that was what you were supposed to do for your mind. Right? We got, Proverbs. Let's go to Proverbs 2 and 10, Proverbs 8 and 5, Proverbs 10 and 8, Proverbs 14, 33, 15, 28, 16, 21 through 23, 22 and 17, 23, 12 and 15. Ecclesiastes 1 and 17, 7 and 25, 8 and 5, 10 and 2, and also Daniel 10 and 12. And if everybody could go back. And also Psalms 90 and 12, which we just finished off. So now the next topic is what you're not supposed to do with your heart. Which we have a lot of this shit going around. It's frightening. Well, not even frightening. I don't want to use that word. It's just like a term of expression. It's like amazing. It has you dumbfounded. You're just like, whoa, what the fuck? Okay, so now we go to Numbers 15. We're off of Numbers 15. We're gonna get what the fuck not to do. Okay. Let's start with 15, and let's go to 39. Oh wait, hold on. Yep. Oh, this is the law of the tzitzits, man. Oh shit. Let's get 38. Look, speak to the children of YaHaWaH, and say to them that they shall make themselves tzitzits, on the corners of their garments throughout their generations. And if you get the law in Deuteronomy, it tells you the four quarters of your garments. And corners is the word extremities, the four extremities of your garment, man. Like, that's, you're supposed to have two things on each side. Like, I could show everybody, but, but it says, look, and it's on the corners, the four corners. That's what it represents. It has to do with our people, man. Come on, man. And they shall place upon the tzitzits of each corner, each one, each extremity, four of them, a thread of turquoise wool. So you have to have, look, this is what tzitzit, the word means knot. It's the same word used in Ezekiel when it says he lifted him up by a lock of his head, lifted him up by a tzitzit of his head. A lock, man, a lock, not fringe, what you guys call fringe. No, it's a damn lock. It means like a knot, like braided, right? And then you got the turquoise, that blue, right? Got the blue, got the mesh log, the sky, right? The throne. And also it's on the four quarters, and I don't know if you could see, but like, watch, check it out. This is the side, it's split up, and there's two on each side. And I have a lesson on this, you guys can check it out. And it says, why? Why are you supposed to do that? It shall constitute tzitzits for you, that you may see it and remember all the commandments of YaHaWaH and perform them, and not explore after your mind, right? And after your eyes, after which you stray. Because your eyes are on your head, which is your mind. They link your eyes, link directly to your brain. So you see something, it goes into your brain, and then you follow after what the fuck your eyes want, because it's your brain, your mind. Come on, people. So anyways, that's the and so, and I guarantee you this is why a lot of YaHaWaH has problems, because they're not observing this law. Yeah, man. And sorry, Slok, I've been trying to help brothers to help brothers out with this, and I know I'm just so, life, man, life is just so hard. I've been having to rebuke these demons for trying to teach the temple raw. I had to defend the temple. That's been taking time, and then children and stuff. So Slok to everybody, just you know who you are, Kaz, man, Slok, man. It's coming, man. It's coming. So anybody wants, zits, I'm sorry they haven't gotten them out yet. You know what I mean? But I went and got the materials, make them and send them out free of charge for everyone to have, just because I want my brothers and my sisters to, my YaHaWaH to follow the commandments, man. The more commandments we keep, the closer you can be to YaHaWaH, man. That's what it's all about, right? So if I can help out in any way, I can. And Salak, if the time, and like I said, I know I'm not the fastest at shit, but sorry, suck at life sometimes, man. I'm just a worm. I'm just a flea. Okay, so anyway, so we got that. Don't seek after your own mind what your eyes see to go whoring. Okay, so let's go Deuteronomy 29 and 19 now. I want to at least finish this topic. We still have a good amount, enough time to finish this, I believe. If I don't keep sidetracking myself all stupid. I just feel bad, like I'm just so stupid, and I'm not, sorry. Anyway, so we got verse 19, right? It says, YaHaWaH will not be willing to forgive him, for then YaHaWaH's anger and jealousy will smoke against that man, and the entire imprecation written in this book will come down upon him, for YaHaWaH will erase his name from under heaven. YaHaWaH will set him aside. Let's see, hold on, did I get that right? Is it 29 and 19? Yeah. Smoke against the man written in this book will come down upon him. Maybe I didn't get the right verse. Maybe it's one of those ones that's a little different. Yep, it's a verse up. So it's actually verse 18 so it's verse 19 in the KJV, but it's 18 in the Strong. So like I said, sometimes it does this. That's why you got to be careful when you're trying to communicate with someone. This is the only reason why I still number everything according to the KJV when I'm doing my lessons and stuff. That way, if I have to give them to someone or help someone out real quick or battle someone, 9 times out of 10, they're using the KJV. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to communicate, because if you're trying to tell them just like this, like, oh, go check out Deuteronomy 29:19, then they go check out Deuteronomy 29:19, and it doesn't fucking say what you're thinking it says, and then there's a miscommunication and shit breaks down. So, just be careful, anyways, verse 18, and it will be that when he hears the words of this imprecation, he will bless himself in his heart or his mind, saying, this is where you have thoughts in your mind, will be, he says, peace will be with me, though I walk as my mind sees fit, thereby adding the watered upon the thirsty. So see, right there, right? You can't be following your own mind, bro. You cannot be following your own mind. These are things we cannot do. Okay, so let's go to Job 17 and 11. Sorry, it's in order in the KJV, but Job's in the back of the book. In the stones. So we got Job 17 and 11. And it says, my days have passed by, my thoughts, the legacies of my heart. So he says it's the mind. The thoughts, the legacies of my mind have been cut down. They turn night into day. Daylight seems shortened before darkness. So this has to do with your mind, your thoughts, man. Your thoughts. Okay, so let's go to Psalms 12 and 2. Psalms 12 and 2. I've got a note there. Let's see. That says what? Let's just start for the conductor. Okay, save, O YaHaWaH, for the devout one is no more. The truthful people have vanished from mankind. Each man speaks untruth unto his neighbor. A lip of smooth talk with an insincere heart do they speak. And that's what's happening right now. Truthful people vanish, man. These bunch of damn liars on here, man. Each man speaks untruth to his neighbor. A lip of smooth talk and an insincere mind do they speak. May YaHaWaH excise all lips of smooth talk, the tongue which speaks boastfully. Mr. Judah. Okay, so anyways. So, let's keep it going. I guess we could get precept. Oh, man. Smooth talk. It's cool. We'll get that precept later. Okay, so now let's go to Psalms 11 and 2. Oh, okay, so we'll jump up over chapter. It says, for behold, the wicked bend the bow, ready their arrow on the bowstring to shoot in the dark at the upright of heart or upright of mind. So see, because, the Torah is YaHaWaH's arrow, right? The righteous arrow. Well, they have Satan's arrows and their wickedness, which is driven by the Kabbalah. And that's what these wicked ones are trying to do. They're trying to shoot their arrows at us, man. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to shoot the arrows. So let's get also Psalms 78. Psalms 78. And we're going to get a couple verses out of this chapter. 78, and we're going to start at verse 8. It says, I guess we could start at verse... let's get verse 5 so we get some context, right? He established a testimony in Ya'akov and set down a Torah in Yashar'al, which he commanded our forefathers to make them known to their sons. We have to make them known to our sons, so that the final generation may know. Children yet to be born will arise and tell their own children, so that they may place their trust in the Most High and not forget the works of the Most High, and they will safeguard his commandments. So that's what we're supposed to be doing now. That they not become like their fathers, a wayward and rebellious generation, a generation that did not dedicate its heart aright or its mind aright, whose spirit, so you have your mind and your spirit, what was not steadfast with the Most High. So that's what we have to do, the opposite of the wickedness that our forefathers did. So jump down to verse 18. And they tested the Most High in their hearts or their minds by requesting food for their craving. So see, they're testing you, all constantly testing the Most High with your mind. Can't be doing that. Verse 37. And this is what? Their heart or their mind was not constant with him. They were not steadfast in his covenant. Why? Because verse 36, but they sought to beguile him with their mouth, and they deceived him with their tongues. So see, it's that false burning false incense, man. Because they're not steadfast in the covenant. Okay, so let's go verse 72. So it just shows you all these people that don't have understood, they don't really believe in YaHaWaH. They really don't. And he tended them according to their integrity of his, to the integrity of his heart or his mind, and by the skill of his hands he led them. Right? The what? Tended them according to his integrity of his mind. He had an integrity of his mind because he had a mind after YaHaWaH's, man. Let's see, let's get Psalms 140 and 2. It says, free me, YaHaWaH, from the wicked man, from the man of violence preserve me, who devise evil schemes in their heart or their mind, who assemble daily for wars. They have sharpened their tongue like a serpent. A spider's venom is under their lips. Those are those arrows, man. Salah. Guard me, YaHaWaH, from the hands of the wicked one. From the man of violence preserve me. Those who have contrived to cause my steps to slip. And that's what's happening, man. They're trying to, I'm going to cause you to go off like Rob Rack. What kind of shit is that, man? People purposely trying to cause, we should be trying to correct people and help them get on the right path, not just get off the word completely and go to hell, you know? Who devise evil schemes in their minds. So that's what they're doing. Now let's keep going. Proverbs 16 and 9. Proverbs 16 and 9 says what? A man's heart or mind will plot his way, and YaHaWaH will set his steps aright. Right? So that's what it is. You right? You plot your way, but YaHaWaH is the one that sets your foot aright, man. He's the one that guides your steps. So let's get Isaiah 1 and 5. And let's see what's going on right now. See what's going on right now. Isaiah 1 and 5. Whoa, let's start with 4. Whoa. They are a sinful nation, a people weighed down by iniquity, evil offspring, destructive children. They have forsaken YaHaWaH. They have angered the Holy One of Yashar'al. They have turned their back to him. For what have you, it says, for what have you been smitten, since you continue to act perversely? Each head is smitten with sickness, each heart or each mind with infirmity. So the head is sick. The whole head is sick, and the mind is with infirmities, man. Our heads are all fucked up, man. People's heads are messed up. And it says what? Each mind with infirmity, from the sole of the foot to the head, nothing in him is whole. Only injury, bruise, and festering wounds. They have not been treated, and they have not been bandaged, and the wound has not been softened with oil. Right? Because why? Your country is desolate, your cities are burned with fire. As for your land, stranger consumes its yield in your presence, and it is as desolate as is overturned by foreigners. And that also goes for your mind, man. Your shit's besieged, man. Your shit's all busted. Your temple's busted. It's like when Josiah had to go back in and they had to reopen the temple because they shut it down and it was all dusty and all kinds of shit. Like, that's how your shit is, man. It's all boarded up and dusty. It looks like an abandoned house, man. Y'all fucking be rocking bum houses. Alright, so Because why? What? Because what's going on? Because everybody went after their own fucking eyes, right? Letting their heart, right? What they think is in their chest, letting their heart fuck with them. Because what? 17:9, Jeremiah 17:9. The heart, the mind, is the most deceitful of all, and it is fragile. Who can know it? It says, YaHaWaH, plumb the feelings and test the innermost thoughts, to give to man according to his ways the fruit of his deeds, man. He goes way in there, man. He gets the innermost, man. Because your mind is deceitful. That's why you have to fill your mind with the Torah, with the Torah, man. Because you can't lean on your own shit. Let's get Ezekiel 6:9. Ezekiel 6. Let's see, 9 on here. Yeah. This is what? It says, let's get verse 7. Corpses will fall in your midst, and you will know that I am YaHaWaH. But I will leave a remnant, so that you will have some survivors from the sword among the nations when you become scattered among the lands. So a remnant's going to come back, right? And your survivors will remember me among the nations, where they were taken captive, how I was anguished by their straying heart, or their straying mind that turned away from me, and by their eyes that strayed after their idols. So that's what you did. Your eyes started straying after fucking idols, and you forsook the holy katham, the holy headplate, the seal, right? You cast that off, and you filled your mind with fucking idols, man. And that's what Sakari is doing, trying to say. Sakari sit down, trying to say that the most holy veil was fucking Jesus. Was their idol? What the hell kind of shit is that, man? Judah fucking had goddamn Haile Selassie above his doorpost, which represented the seal, and then he tried to teach that this was a square cube when it's a damn rectangular solid, and then he tried to fit the shield of David in there when it doesn't even fit. How the fuck are you going to change the 6 points into 8? It makes no goddamn sense. Anyways, let's get... Why? Because 6 and 9. Well, what does it say? Because why? Look. And your survivals will remember me among the nations. I have anguished. Their straying heart was turned away from me, and their eyes that strayed after their idols. Right? Then they will be disgusted with themselves for the evils that they did through all their abominations. Then they will know that I, YaHaWaH, that I did not speak in vain about doing this evil to them. So see, these people think that they're going to get away with this shit. But YaHaWaH's going to prove them wrong. Why? Because and then look, it says we will be disgusted with ourselves, man, for the shit that we did. But these that means being ashamed. That goes in with Ezekiel 43:10-12. That's how you even get the temple knowledge. That's how you know that these guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about, because none of them are ashamed. None of them were disgusted about what they did. None of them. Okay, so let's get Ezekiel 28 and 31. 28 and 31. Did I write that down? I don't think I wrote that down right. No. Or I might cross over into... hold on. No, that one was a miswriting. Slack. Fuck. What did I do? Is it 27 and 31 that I mean to get? Oh, yeah, look. See, they will tear out their hair for you, and they will gird themselves in sackcloth. It was 27, Slack. I wrote 28. They will weep for you with embittered soul, bittered lamentations. Right, and it says that they would weep with bitter soul. So see right there, it's nafash. So see, notice it's not lab, it's nafash. It's the soul, the bitter soul. Which, if I'm not mistaken, that was translated heart. But that's soul, just to show you there's a difference. Oh, okay, and then let's look. This is kind of interesting. Watch, because why? What will end up happening to you? if you end up fucking up, right? Let's go to Daniel chapter 4. Learn a little lesson from Nebuchadnezzar, right? Check this out. Let's start with 4. Man. Let's start with verse 16. See, look. Then Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, was silent for a while, and his thoughts confounded him. Right? Then the king exclaimed and said, Belteshazzar, let the dream and its interpretation not bewilder you. Right? And Belteshazzar replied and said, My lord, may this dream be upon your foes and its interpretation upon your enemies. The tree that you saw which grew and became strong, whose height reached the heavens, and which was visible to the entire earth, whose foliage was beautiful, and whose fruit was plentiful, and the food for all in it, in which dwelled the beasts of the field, and those branches nested the birds of the heaven. It is you, O king, who have grown and become most powerful. Your greatness has grown and reached the sky, and your dominion to the ends of the earth. Right? So that's why it says that the tree can be seen from earth, because it reached all over. He went to different areas. So now this is what's crazy, because that's what Judah, right? Because Judah's like, oh, well, how? If I'm wicked, then how's the Most High give me all this information? He's not working with me, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what? You may have been, he does whatever he wants with whoever he wants. And he can give you as much knowledge as if he wants to use you for whatever purpose that was. Just like Nebuchadnezzar, he gave him all these things, and Nebuchadnezzar wasn't a righteous person. And it says what? And that which the king saw, a holy angel came down from heaven and said, chop down the tree and destroy it, but leave its major roots in the ground, and secured a band of iron and copper in the herbage of the field. And it will be washed by the dew of heaven, and its lot will be with the beasts of the field until 7 periods pass over it. So right there, what happens, dude? Your tree, right? Your little tree, since you like to teach that Sephirah tree, Judah, your shit's going to get chopped the fuck down, right? The tree's going to get chopped down. This goes for everybody. That's an idolater or any type of wickedness, abomination, any type of false teaching. Your little tree you grew, right? Your Koyawan tree, the Jonah tree, right? Is going to get chopped the fuck down. Your brazen serpent's going to get smashed. And you're going to get secured to the fucking ground with band of iron and copper. That goes back to the curse that there would be iron above our heads and copper below our feet, or vice versa, or however it's phrased. Just paraphrasing loosely. But we would be surrounded by iron. That means you're fucking... What does that mean? You went from being gold to being copper, man. Your ass got kicked out into Egypt, and now you're bound. Because what are you supposed to do with the sacrifices? You're supposed to bind it to the 4 corners of the altar. So let me get the precept for that. I have that precept. I already have it. The altar of burnt offerings. It is Psalms 118 and 27. Let's hold this. Let's go to Psalm 118 and 27 real quick. And it says what? YaHaWaH is the Most High. He illuminated for us. Bind the festival offering with cords. See, bind the festival offering with cords until the corners of the altar. So see, that's the festival offerings. You're supposed to bind it with cords unto the corners of the altar. So that's, you know what I'm saying? You're being bound. You are like, you're going to be sacrificed. You're going to be cut off, man. You're going to be sacrificed. You're done, dude. And it says what? And it says, verse 21, this is the interpretation, O king. It is the decree of the Supreme One that befalls my lord the king. They will drive you from mankind, and your dwelling will be among. See, they will drive you. The angels, right? YaHaWaH will give the command to send them evil spirits among you. Your dwelling will be among the beasts of the field. They will feed you grass like oxen and wash you with the dew of heaven. And 7 periods will pass over you until you recognize that the Supreme One rules over the kingdom of man. So see, your ass will get driven into madness until you realize what the fuck you're doing. And he gives it to whomever he wishes. It doesn't matter. You could be wicked and YaHaWaH will still give you the shit. It's whoever he wishes, whatever he wishes to do it, to do whatever purpose he wants to do, whatever he needs to get done. Who are you to question that? Who are you to, man? Anyways, it says, verse 23, as to that which they said to leave the major roots of the tree, your kingdom will remain for you, after you recognize that the heaven rules. Nevertheless, O king, let my advice be acceptable to you. Redeem your sin through righteousness and your iniquities through kindness to the poor. Perhaps there will be an extension of your tranquility. All this befell King Nebuchadnezzar at the end of 12 months, right, a year, walking atop the royal palace of Babylon. The king exclaimed and said, is this not the great Babylon which I have built up into a royal house with my powerful strength for glorification of my splendor? Sounds like Judah. I keep the camps in fear, blah, blah, blah. While the words were still in the king's mouth, a voice fell from heaven. To you, King Nebuchadnezzar, we say, the kingdom has departed from you. We are driving you from mankind, and your dwelling will be with the beasts of the field, and they will feed you grass like oxen. 7 periods will pass over you until you recognize the Supreme One rules over the kingdom of man, and he gives it to whomever he wishes. And at that moment the decree befell Nebuchadnezzar, and he was driven from mankind. He ate grass like ox, and his body was washed with the dew of heaven until his hair grew like eagle's feathers, and his nails like birds' talons. So see, like eagle's feathers, meaning his hair wasn't like locked up. It was like feathery, you know what I mean? Smooth and long and shit, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like all like locked up. And it says, and at the end of the 7 periods of years, I, Nebuchadnezzar, raised my eyes to heaven, and senses returned to me, and I blessed the Supreme One, and I praised and glorified the Eternal One, whose rule is the eternal rule, and whose kingship is for all generations. Okay, see, verse 33, at that time my senses returned to me, and I returned to the glory of my kingdom. My appearance came back to me, and my ministers and my nobles sought me, and I established over my kingdom, and additional greatness was given to me. So see, that's what, and let me get, because the reason why I brought that up is because if you go to chapter 5, right? Verses 20 and 21. What does it say? See? But when his heart grew proud, so this is talking about Nebuchadnezzar later on, when his heart grew proud, his mind grew proud, and his spirit was hardened to rebel, he was deposed from his royal throne, and honor was taken from him. He was driven from mankind, and his heart or his mind was made like a beast's. His dwelling was with the wild asses, and they fed him grass like oxen. Okay, his heart was made like a beast's. So are you telling me that YaHaWaH took his the organ that pumps blood in your chest, that he took that and transformed it into an animal's heart? So he took a human's heart and transformed it into an animal's heart. Is that what you're fucking telling me? Is that what you're telling me? Or did he take his mind, right, which is the functioning of your brain, did something to his neurons or whatever, you know, however the brain works, you know, they show you that the different parts of the hemispheres go off while you're thinking of stuff like that. He basically jacked up his brain, sent demons on his brain to jack the shit up to where he acted like a wild beast, because their brains don't function like our brains do. Their minds don't function like our minds do. You know? Okay, so anyway, also, because like the heart, the mind of a man also, if you go to Daniel, that's what it means in Daniel. When it's talking about the 4 beasts, right? With verse 4, the first was like a lion, and it had eagle's wings, and I was watching as its wings were plucked, and it was removed from the earth and stood upon 2 feet like a man, and it was given a human heart, or a human mind. It's like the reverse of what happened to Nebuchadnezzar. Well, he got the mind returned to him. You know what I'm saying? He was wild. He turned into a wild beast and then came back. Okay, so now we're going to get a couple more precepts, and then we'll probably end it out and then come back with some more stuff. Let's get Ezekiel 14. All right, I guess we can just leave that now. Ezekiel 14. We'll start at verse 3. It says, Son of man, these have brought up their idols upon their heart or their mind, and have placed stumbling block of their iniquity opposite their faces. Shall I then make myself accessible to them? So right there, man, and it's funny because he uses stumbling block, right? And it's funny because because Judah and Sakari are running around talking about hewn stones and shit, right? And like I've said, I don't even know how many times already, I shouldn't even have to reiterate this fact. I've never spoken against stones or bricks or anything in general like that used for building. But to say that the incense altar is equated with stones or bricks is madness. And I've shown that. Go watch my incense altar lesson if you didn't see it. Watch the whole thing, because then you get the whole story, right? Instead of just getting mad after the first 10 minutes and shutting the shit off and then just assuming. But anyways, but yeah, so it's just funny because that's what they keep teaching this, and then Sakari's running around teaching that the Jesus is the cornerstone, right? And that's what they're doing. They're putting a stumbling block. He's the block. He is the block. They're a bunch of blockheads. That's true. They are a bunch of blockheads. Like but it's not. They're not the cube of the Holy of Holies. That's not what their head is blocked up with. Their head is blocked up with the damn cube of Saturn. It's not the holy cube, it's the perverted cube. Because we know they took everything of ours and perverted it, right? Well, they took the holy cube, that's what the Mecca. Instead of having the Holy of Holies, the Dabar, they're actually in the fucking Kaaba. And it says what? And he says what? Do you think that I will make myself accessible to them? They're not, YaHaWaH's not accessible to them, man. They're not dealing with no fucking tabernacle. Man, look, therefore speak you to them and say to them, thus saith YaHaWaH Elohim, any man of the house of Yasharal who brings up his idols upon his heart or mind and places the stumbling block of his iniquity opposite his face and comes to the prophet, I, YaHaWaH, will respond to him, though he comes with the YaHaWaH will respond to him, though he comes with the multitude of his idols, in order to seize the house of Yasharal for what is in their heart or mind, although they have withdrawn themselves from me with their idols, all of them. So right there, it's you turn it and see, and that's the thing, is some of the things that you pray to your idols for, YaHaWaH grants you, just so he could find what's really in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the test. Deuteronomy 13, 1 through 5. That's the ultimate test, man. He tests you, man. He tests you. And it says what? Let's go verses. Therefore say to the house of Yasharal, thus saith YaHaWaH Elohim, return away from your idols, and turn your faces from all your abominations. For any man of the house of Yasharal, or any stranger who sojourns in Yasharal, who withdraws himself from me and brings up his idols upon his heart or his mind, and sets the stumbling block of his iniquity opposite his face, and yet he comes to the prophet to seek an answer of me through him, I, YaHaWaH, will respond to him for my sake, and I will set my anger against that man and set him for a sign and for parables, and I will cut him off from amid my people. Then you will know that I am YaHaWaH. So that's what he do. He'll answer the shit for his own sake, and just so he could set you up as a sign and a parable. So Judah, which I seen him say, I'm done doing the whole having to take screenshots and this. I mean, I have them, for proof or whatever. But like, I'm done going and doing all that fucking bullshit. This is a fucking waste of time. Everyone can go see the shit for themselves. Everybody should be seeing and watching the shit anyways to see the type of madness that this dude is saying, right? He brings accusations against me, but yet this motherfucker's wicked as hell. Talking about sending demons on people and shit. Talking about, he was talking about with some one guy, they were hinting towards reincarnation. You know what I'm saying? And like all kinds of whack shit, man. Just a floodgate of fuck shit, man. And you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. It's because their hearts are wicked. Their heart isn't on an idol. They put it up on the opposite of their face, right in front of them. The Haile Selassie above the doorpost. And they withdraw themselves, man. It's shameful. It's an abomination. But what is he? He's going to set his anger towards that man. To set him up as a sign and a parable amid the people. He's going to cut you off amid the people. Then you will know that I am YaHaWaH. And if a false prophet is enticed and makes a declaration, I, YaHaWaH, have enticed that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand against him and destroy him from amid my people. So see, that's what he did. He entices you to be a prophet. So look, you may think that you're seeing things of the future. You may think that these spirits are telling you things. You may think all this fucking whack shit from all the fuck shit you're doing. But the shit ain't gonna come true, man. YaHaWaH says different. I mean, you may have been right a couple of times, or a couple of things may have gone your way, or whatever the fuck, but it's not gonna happen. Okay, so let's get Hosea 4 and 8. Let's get a couple more, and then we'll call it. Hosea 4 and 8. It says, well, let's go up here. My people have been eliminated for a lack of knowledge, right? For they have spurned knowledge, I will spurn you from serving me. And you have forgotten the Torah of your power. I too will forget your children. As much as they have increased, so they have sinned against me. Therefore I will exchange their honor for disgrace. The sin offerings of my people they will consume, and for their iniquities his soul yearns. His soul yearns because of all these iniquities. Let me see. Hold on. I'm just trying to get... Napashao. So it's the soul, but they have it translated heart. But that's the soul. So Slack, a couple of the souls slipped into my heart one, but it's there. Hosea 10 and 2. Their hearts, their minds, have become detached from the Most High. Now they will become desolate. He will destroy their altars and will lay waste to their pillars. And that's what's happening now. That's why Judah blacked out the temple. His shit got destroyed, man. And nobody took that symbolic as for what it was, man. His shit got destroyed. And we should all know it. And we shall all know. We should just all know it deep down. You know how I know we all know it deep down? Because check this out. Psalm 33. Last one. And then we'll close it out. Psalm 33. Check this out. You know how I know? Check it out. Psalm 33 and 15. Right. It says what? He who fashions their hearts together, their minds together, who comprehends all their deeds. He fashions their minds together. Another translation for that is alike. Fashions their hearts together, man. Their minds together. He fashioned all of our minds together. Put the two hemispheres of your mind together, and everybody's minds were made like this. I mean, everybody has their own, everybody's different. But I'm saying, like, we all have the same thoughts, a lot of the same thoughts, though, and a lot of the same feelings, and a lot of the same emotions. Like, we're the same. We're a lot of the same. We're different, but we're the same. And because of that, we should just all know. We should just all know. We're all Israel, man. We all know. Come on, man. We just need to stop with the fuck shit. Okay, so now that was good for now, I guess. Yeah, we got a bunch more. Okay, so we'll pick up part 3. We're going to pick up with circumcising your heart, right? Your mind, which is cutting off the excess, right? Is to sacrifice that, the mind, which has to do with the doing the exact measurements, the cuttings, the putting together of the ark. And it says, let's see, stony hearts. See, that's the problem. Y'all motherfuckers have stony hearts. Okay, and then we're going to get that. Okay, so we have the circumcision of the hearts. Then we got laying up words upon your heart, your mind, man. We got all these things about laying shit up in your mind. These are all hearts. And then we got reins. This is where we're going to go hit reins. Then we're going to break up some more Hebrew, other words that are linked in. And then we're almost done. So the next one will be done with the heart finally, and then we'll move on to mind. I only got a couple of ones. Soul, I wanted to bring out a few scriptures. Most of them are to prove that the heart and the soul are different. So all these precepts right here show the fact that the heart and the soul are different. These precepts I'm excited about because it talks about Sheol or YaHaWaH, the place where you go when you die, and the fact that you will come back. The YaHaWaH will breathe your soul out from YaHaWaH. Then we're going to talk about souls and water. Another honeycomb scripture. Soul. We'll hit up a bunch of soul precepts. Then we're going to go hit up the kidneys. Loins is the next. And then rains. Hearts and the rains. And then that's it. So we still got, hopefully, man. Shit. Hopefully I can finish this in the next. I have a feeling it's gonna go into a fourth video, just because that's how usually things go. So I'm sorry, YaHaWaH. I'm gonna put this down for a second. I'm sorry it's such a long lesson, and it's a lot of precepts and stuff. I guess I could have cut some of the precepts out and shortened it a bit or whatever, but I just wanted everybody to get like a good understanding, and then now everybody has a bunch of precepts to go meditate on and to do research on and stuff like that. Like, I'm just trying to share, man. I'm just trying to share everything that I know, man. Just trying to help everyone out. Because we all need help, We all need help somewhere or another. So, don't forget to pray to YaHaWaH, man. Sing songs in his name. Praise his name out loud, bring them words, give them words, offer them words. Offer him the inner man, offer it in your mind, offer it aloud. Practice. You got to practice both spiritual and physical. That's the thing. Everyone has to remember, man. I know we got short memories, like fuck, but that's why it says we have to be mazakarium. You know what I mean? We have to be zakarawan. Remembrance. We got to bring him into zakarawan, remembrance, and be mazakarium, or the rememberers, the reminders. Zakar, which is to be remembered, to remember shit, man. You gotta remember. Got to remember. Everyone's memories, everyone needs to work on their memories. We have to learn how to do all that, because that's the key, man. You got your brain. You got to have a functioning mind, and in order to have a functioning mind, you gotta have. It's like because you have your brain, right? Your brain is in your skull. But see, that's the problem, is that nobody's brains are functional. They even tell you. See, that's what they're actually basically telling you. In their science, when they tell you that you only use 15% of your brain, it's not what they used to say. Maybe the numbers changed. I don't know. When I was a kid, that's what they used to say. That you only use 15% of your brain. And basically that's what they're telling you, is that you only use a small fraction of your mind because your mind is dead. If you don't overlay that shatyam wood with gold, right? Then it's not gonna work. You're not gonna your mind is gonna be dead. It's only gonna be working at 15%. Because you got to remember, the type of wood that the wilderness tabernacle was made of was shatyam, right? Or shata, and which goes to the root. It has the same root as shat, which means or shawat, which means like to sin or to deviate, to move in the wrong direction, to be an idolater. I've gone over it. I've shown it plenty of times. But so that's why you have to overlay it with gold. Let me just show you. Let me just show you real quick. My precept booklet. This thing comes so much in handy. Let's see. Did I get the wood? I should have it, but oh, yep, here we go. See, look, 78:46 through 48, and also 78:50 and 51, which is shat, shata, and shatyam, or shatat, which means to sin or revolters, to deviate from the duty, to go aside, to turn, to decline, sticks of wood, scourging thorns, pierce, flog, goad. That's why we're the ones that are pierced. We got flogged, we're scourged, we're thorn. That's what they play on that shit with the Jesus, man. They just took this shit. Because it goes from 77:50 through 77:52, which is shawat, which is to detrude or become derelict, to gone, wrongly practice idolatry, to turn aside, push forth, lash, whip, or scourge. So this is the type of wood that the ark was made out of, and in fact all the wood in the wilderness tabernacle. Shatyam. And that's what the whole thing is, because we're fucking dead, bro. We're pieces of shits. Shot. We're pieces of shot. You were shot, man. Shat. You know? And we have to take that base, because it's all about going from a base, from the base to a refining, like a base metal. You know, like you got bronze, which we know bronze is the word nakash, which links with serpents. See, nakawash, right? Nakashatha, which is a copper, feather, brass, brazen, chain, or filthiness. Remember the brass chains they chained down Nebuchadnezzar? That's what that shit is, man. Still, it's filthiness, steel, bronze, or serpent. Ringing bell, metal, red as the color of a throat of a serpent. Hard equals of brass. It also means hiss, whisper, a magical spell, prognosticate, enchantment, divine, learn. Because you're in idolatry, you practice witchcraft. Like that's the stubbornness is the sin of idolatry, right? Isn't that what it is? Something like that? What is it? In 1 Samuel, I think it is, where it says that. Oh shit! How does that go? Maybe I can find it real fast. Man, I don't know if I have it marked down. I should have it marked down. Season to the heart, spirit, torment, tension, anger, melancholy. Oh, yeah. Aha! Here we go. Oh, man. Tawada YaHaWaH, man. YaHaWaH, man. Ah, man. Kahala YaHaWaH. So check it out. We got chapter 15, 1 Samuel 15 and 23. For rebelliousness is like the sin of sorcery. So you rebelling from YaHaWaH is sorcery, man. And verbosity, right? What is it? Stubbornness, right? To be stubborn, verbosity, is like the iniquity of idolatry. Because you have rejected the words of YaHaWaH, he will reject you as king. He's talking to Saul because he didn't execute judgment on Amalek. So see, it says rebelliousness, sorcery. So rebelliousness and stubbornness is like sorcery and idolatry. Sorcery and idolatry, man. That's what the whole why it's nakash, man. That's why the brazen serpent, the brazen altar. It's idolatry. You're hemmed up. You're locked down. You're all fucked up, and you got to sacrifice that and break the chains and break free and turn yourself from copper to silver to gold, to refine yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you did. This is what this is. You wash yourself. You sacrifice that lower self. You pass through, well, really the high priest used this, but you know what I mean? You pass through the 10 trials, the lavers, you purify yourself, the waters, that's the real baptism, you know, and then you enter the holy place. And then you get that oil, the lamp, the lighting, that just, you consume the lakam, the bread, you just, everything takes place in here. You know? But that's what you got to do. And then in the wilderness tabernacle, like I said, everything was made of the wood, and that's what it represents, taking something base and transforming it into metal. That's what the damn Masons and shit, they took that process and they perverted it, and they call it alchemy. And they try to do it with witchcraft and all kinds of whack-ass shit. But basically, that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to do what we do, but they can't do it. Which is taking a base person, something that's sinful and idolatrous, right, and turning it into gold. What's gold? Gold is zahab, right? What does it mean? To shimmer, gold, yellow. Well, don't they call us yellow, right? Right? Where they say that we're, a lot of people, where they say we're high yellow. A lot of the lighter skinned brothers, that we're like a yellow people, and we just turn dark. Is what that color David was. Anyways, oil, clear sky or fair weather. So you got to be clear, right? Because it comes from zah, which is this, that, sheep or lamb, which is shah or shai, which links in with that, which is pushing out to graze a member of the flock, a sheep, a goat, cattle, ewe, or lamb, right? And that comes from shao, or YaHaWaH, or YaHaWaH, or sha'a, which is to arise to rush over a tempest, devastation. You could rise over all these things: the destruction, the storm, the wasteness, the evil, the ruin, the guile, the idolatry, the uselessness, the vain, false, lying, malice. That's what you got to do. You got to rise above all that and become a goat, a ewe, a lamb, a member of the flock that is clear as fair weather sky, shimmering like gold, all oiled up. Which, to be oily, to be greasy, is to be a Mashiach. So that's what you're doing. You're going from a damn idolater to a Mashiach, man. That's the damn process. And so that's, and like I said, so the wilderness, that's what the problem is that your mind is this wood. It's this dead, sinful, idolatrous piece of wood. You got to overlay it with gold. And the whole measurements have everything to do with everything too. And I'm going to break it all down. But basically, that's what it is. You're taking that, you cut it into certain dimensions, and then you overlay it with gold, and then you put the mercy seat on top of it, right? You fill it with the laws, and then you cap it off with YaHaWaH's mercy, man. And it says that's where he descends to have communion with you in your mind. But anyway, so we got a lot to go over, man. We still got a whole bunch to go over. So, but, it is what it is. We're trying to get it all out as fast as we can. But hopefully this lesson was edifying. It's part 2. Wait for part 3, possibly part 4. So hang in there. We're coming back with more. Going to start off with the uncircumcised and the stony hearts. With that, call Allah YaHaWaH Zaba'awat Akkad. All praises to YaHaWaH, Master of Legions, who is one. Shema Yashra'al YaHaWaH Alahayana YaHaWaH Akkad, which is listen or hear, Israel, YaHaWaH, our power. YaHaWaH is one. Barak Hashem YaHaWaH, bless the name of YaHaWaH. Ahab YaHaWaH, love YaHaWaH. And Barakatam Akyam wa Akwaz, which is bless you all, brothers and sisters. Bahasham YaHaWaH. Shalom, shalom. Aman.